Hello, my name's John Raffici and I'm Comic Relief. Today, I'm going to be talking about Civil War. It had a really cool concept, having two superpowered forces fight against one another, and the reason for the outbreak is pretty unique and realistic. But for me, there was something missing. It felt like the story was rushed and they didn't touch base on enough. I mean, characters switch sides on and off. People are backstabbed and nobody really even cares. I'm sure there's Marvel fanboys out there who love this, and although there's a lot of cool twists in here, it just wasn't my cup of tea. They really could have gone one of two ways with this thing. One, have it just be like a Michael Bay movie, where shit just blows up and people die. Two, actually have it go into depth and explain why characters did certain things. It seems like they tried to do both, and it just didn't work out for them. Seeing certain faces in certain scenarios is pretty badass, but it just skips from mindless violence to an attempt to explain why things are happening.
Camera?
The first few opening panels really set the mood well on this thing, but not enough is explained for the rest of the book. How it's broken down is, Tony Stark is the leader of one group, and he believes that superheroes should work for the government. And on the other side, you have Captain America, and he doesn't agree with Tony Stark. His reasoning is that the government would tell them what to do. The government would pick and choose who the bad guys were, and superheroes would have no say. People are backstabbed, people get hurt, people do things that you thought they could never do. The ending does a pretty good job of wrapping everything up, but I was just asking for a little bit more. Something this big deserves to be big. I thought you were the cat. Do you want to get punched? The artwork is pretty great, the dialogue is what it needs to be, but what makes a comic book great is the story it tells. And this was just a tad shy of being something really great. The pitfall of this comic book, they tried to do too much and explain too little. What I think the writers tried to do with this is just explain what both sides are doing, and then let you choose whose side you were on. But at that point, you don't know who to associate yourself with. Choose to side with Captain America, and you still have to deal with Tony Stark. Choose to side with Tony Stark and you still have to deal with Captain America. If they fine-tuned the story a little bit better, this would have been a perfect comic book. But unfortunately, I just have to give this an 8 out of 10. My name's John Raffici and I'm Comic Relief. Tell me in the comments below what you thought, if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, what they could have done better, what they didn't need to do any better, and what other Marvel superheroes would you like to see in this story?
Would you look at that?